I did not go into Miss India wanting to be an actor. I did Miss India for Miss India. If Shan and Shelly are like a seesaw, Kaveri is the fulcrum.
Did it kind of instill a little sense of pride in you?
It feels nice, but what feels nicer is what I create. Because how someone is made is not in their control, but my merit or my work or my creation, when you appreciate that, that really reaches the heart.
As I was entering this room, I saw a mirror outside that said the person looking in the mirror is more stunning than they appear. I was dressed well, so I thought this suits me. But now that I'm sitting in the company of my next guest, I feel like I must say that the person sitting next to me is more stunning than I appear, and it's gonna hold true for forever. That is for sure. So join me as I welcome Sobhita to Bollywood Bubble.
Thank you.
See, I told you I'll take inspiration from the outside.
Yeah.
I have to say, like, I have been excited for Night Manager Part 2 since I saw the Part 1. And for me, the excitement has been a lot, and I'm sure for you as well. But has there been nervousness as well? Because if I'm not wrong, you shot for both the part together.
Yes.
So, was there any nervousness? And how will people receive it? Will the second part even come if the first part is not received well at all?
I was sure that both the parts would release, but because I know that the juice of the story is in the second part, I was curious when the first part was coming out. How will people receive it? How will they respond to it? Because if you are someone who liked the first part, you will love the second part, because there are so many plot points that are introduced in the first part जो इसे खिलते हैं second part में.
Yeah, and I feel your character has that kind of the most, because there's not much spoken about her. She's like right now in the first part, she's there in the background, and she has her moments. But I feel like in the second part, it's gonna shine.
Yes, I mean second part में there is an opportunity for my character, her arc. There's the complexity, the room for performance, the conflict with Shelly, with Shan. All that drama is going to play out, and it's pretty central to all the drama that happens, which is why I'm very excited.
Yeah. I'm gonna take you a little back because I'm a big pageant nerd.
Oh,
I'm a very big pageant nerd. So I remember you. People might remember you from somewhere. I remember you as a Femina Miss India 2013. So I remember you from there. So we have seen that earlier in the 90s and even in the early 2000s. The trend was that whenever a person wins Miss India, the next step was for them to come in acting and do their acting debuts. That still remained after a point as well, but that kind of what I say, respect, or maybe the importance that was given to the pageants, that kind of reduced over time. Did you feel the same when you were kind of making your transition from modeling to acting?
I did not go into Miss India wanting to be an actor. I did Miss India for Miss India, and it was fun. And after that, I was modeling for a year, and it was during that time that I did a lot of auditions for ads, and I realized that I had a creative interest. I just didn't know how I could channel it. And as I was doing these auditions, I realized that okay, this is a medium through which I can be creative and find that fulfillment. So that's how I got into films. My first film audition worked out, and from there, so I did not go into Miss India wanting to be an actor. If I had known beforehand कि मुझे acting करना है, I would have done that directly maybe. Yeah. So I didn't see Miss India as a route into this, but I just wanted to enjoy it for that. Yeah. That was right after college, so it was a very different mind space.
Okay, but like when you were kind of making the decision to come into acting, you were coming from a modeling background already. Yeah. So did that ever kind of pose as a hindrance or maybe a point of conflict for makers or the casting directors to see you as an actor?
I was 100% aware of this prejudice, and it made me want to make choices that gave people the chance to see my performance. Yeah. And which is why I think a lot of the work I did in the beginning is slightly art house, because I just, even if it was a small role, I just wanted to do something where I could deliver performance, because that's what I wanted people to see, and not just limit someone to like a glam doll or something, because I have a deep respect for performing arts and the craft. So that was my focus because of that reason.
Yeah. And you spoke about the glamorous part of it. Like, you are known for your beauty. People often refer to as hot, sexy. These are the adjectives used for you. Did it kind of instill a little sense of pride in you? Not in the flattering sense, but in the sense that people are appreciating me for my beauty, and people are kind of recognizing, because there's a lot of work that goes into that as well.
Uh, if I have, say, the gift of good looks, it is genetic, right? I can't take credit for it, but I can enjoy the gift of it. I can appreciate it. I can, yeah, I can enjoy it. So when people have a kind thing to say, it feels nice. But what feels nicer is what I create, because how someone is made is not in their control, but my merit or my work or my creation, when you appreciate that, that really reaches the heart.
Yeah. But did you ever feel that since you're complimented on your good looks so much, at times as an artist, it takes away from your craft? It kind of let people see the outside of it and not the
I've
efforts.
been very lucky in this department. Very lucky, because I've had the chance to do parts where I had the room for performance, be it a Maid in Heaven, be it a Night Manager. Night Manager Kaveri is meant to be a good looking girl.
Yeah.
That is literally one of the reasons Shelley is so into her. But at the same time, Kaveri has a depth to her and a history, and there is some mystery to what is happening with her. All that comes through performance only. Only a good looking person on screen is not a performer. So I think it's not been a hindrance of any kind, and I have not been judged for it. I've I've been aware of the modeling background, of this whole looks kind of thing, and I just focused on picking parts that allowed me and my work to shine. So the people have been kind with appreciation with that.
Yeah. And talking of Kaveri, like you have got the chance to work with like two of the most handsome men in this entire industry. Let's just put it. And like you are with Anil Sir's character, then there's such a tension between you and Aditya's character as well. Firstly, how was it on sets to be in the company of these amazing, gorgeous men?
It was beautiful. I was like, I love being in a man's world on this set. No, but that's the thing, no, when we look at someone, oh wow, they look so nice, but the effort they put into doing what they do, there's a lot of that. So after the first couple of days of looking at someone who looks amazing, एक point के बाद you move on.
Yeah.
That is when you start to appreciate the person for who they are. So I really had a ball of a time working on this project.
And I remember when the reviews had come in for the first part, I remember that since the show is about the main conflict between Aditya's and Anil Sir character, but the reviews that came in had a special mention of you. People recognized, people realized and the importance of a character. People appreciated you. Was it like a little validating in a sense, because the show is about Anil Sir and Aditya's conflict, but people recognized you and they kind of mentioned you.
I think of it like this. If Shan and Shelley are like a seesaw, Kaveri is the fulcrum. That's how I look at it. So, while appreciation feels very nice, I think I've reached a certain place in my journey as an individual and as an actor, that if someone has a kind thing to say, I'm grateful. If someone has criticism to offer, I'll try to be objective and try to apply it. But I don't think it really affects me too much. Not the good, not the bad. I've reached some kind of a neutral, especially after the lockdown.
Yeah. And like between the first and second round, you have had another big success to your name with PS2. Firstly, the appreciation that came for it, because it was an ensemble and still everyone got their due, everyone was recognized and appreciated. How was that like, the experience? Because it was a grand film.
It was beautiful. Yeah. I got a chance to dance. I love dance.
Yeah.
But I've not really been a part of projects that give me that scope. So with PS1 and 2, I mean, you're dancing to a Mani Ratnam song, an A.R. Rahman musical. It's pretty freaking special.
Yeah.
I had an amazing time. Like the Vanity of PS1 and 2 is so different from a Tara of Made in Heaven.
Yeah.
To
Kaveri.
to a Kaveri, to someone in Ghost Stories, where I was like this paranoid pregnant lady. This variety is what really nourishes me, makes me happy, and I feel good.
But no, I have to say, like, I remember the last time we had spoken, you had told me that this is the part you are most excited about, to dance on street, to show that, and that kind of showed. Even the
I
excitement
really
today.
liked. I love action. As a viewer, I love watching action films when they're stylish and cool. And somewhere with The Night Manager, I was so attracted to that story because of the scope for that flair, the interpersonal relationship drama, and the action sequences, the grandeur. It was so cool. As a viewer, I'd love to
Yeah.
watch something like that. So when I got a chance to be a part of such a canvas, I was on.
As a viewer, we also love to see that part, I must say. And thank you so much, Sobhita, for giving me this time. It's always a pleasure being
Thank
in
you
your
so
company.
much. Thank
First
you.
time in reality. Virtual we have done before, but I don't count it because virtual is like useless. But hopefully we'll have much more and many more conversations again.
Thank you.
And thank you so much. Hope you had a good time because
I
I had a
did.
great time.
Thank you.
Wish you lots of love and love for everything.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Hi, this is Sobhita Dhulipala, and you're watching me on Bollywood Bubble.